gentlemen,
There you're hot.
boys and girls,
There you're live.
we are live.
Listen.
Oh,
Here.
Philly 4.
Here,
Philly
man.
4.
We riding, baby.
We
We
here.
riding.
We
It's
live.
what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right.
And you know who this is, C Murder.
See murder.
Yes, sir.
It's hard to do it this way.
And the one and only pretty boy Day with no beard. I
God
told
damn.
y'all I had to do this, right? So
He-
today I'm
he a
goddamn
young boy
Day.
today.
I'm goddamn Day today. I had a part in the movie, in a play, and both entailed that I had to cut my beard off, so the beard is gone.
He look way different, don't he, ladies and
I
gentlemen?
mean,
Listen,
just a little bit, just a little
any
bit.
callers that want to call in, ask them any questions, y'all can call in.
Listen, goddamn Day, that's me,
Yes,
baby.
sir. What's going on now?
It's cool, man. It's cool.
But-
it's on you, baby.
I'm about to hit all these platforms. That way you can reach us. You can hit us.
Platform. If
Yeah.
you're trying to reach Pretty Boy Day, or you're trying to reach C Murder,
Yeah.
or not just desserts,
What?
or B events,
B.
he
Event.
gonna tell you how to get there, baby.
Come on, let's go.
He's
Facebook.
jumping
You
the
can hit
gun.
us on Facebook, Philly 4 Horsemen Podcast. Instagram at Philly 4 Horsemen. You can hit us on TikTok at Philly 4 Horsemen. YouTube. Follow us, subscribe, like, and share. Philly 4 Horsemen Podcast. You can hit us on there. Also, you can email us. Podcast 4horsemen at gmail.com. I had to put that in there real quick. You know I can sing, right? You know I was
Yeah, we got a group coming. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you know. Ooh, yeah.
Let's get it, baby.
Yeah.
What's
but I'm going to talk about what's going on in our city.
What's going on in the city?
Let's see. A man arrested. What is that? Internally
Why
at
y'all keep making beats though?
international. Oh, pardon me, y'all. I got tongue tied. Intentional action. I get tongue tied, so don't mind me. So I can make it up. It's the Four Horsemen. It's our show. We can do whatever we want, okay? And I hear you in the back, manager. I'm live and direct. I can do this. But yeah, of crashing minivan into Philadelphia police headquarters. Wow. Was he drunk?
He got balls.
I want to know, was he drunk?
I mean, if he's drunk, that means he wouldn't be entirely held
I know.
accountable. It was an accident.
But he
But
really
that says
he had a reason
intentional.
why.
That means I'm taking my van and I'm going in there.
He must have had tickets. He felt some type of way.
I mean, he got balls.
I wouldn't even do it.
Where you gonna run? You're going straight to jail.
Where you gonna run?
Do not pass
he
go.
hit the police station.
Do not collect
listen,
200. I'm just saying.
Like,
Yo, he
I
crazy.
understand.
I don't even want to talk about him. He's just psycho. Where'd that happen at, you know?
I don't know. I don't understand because me personally, I wouldn't even do that. I mean, it ain't that deep for me to ram my van into the headquarters of the police station. I'm not going to do that. That's insane. That's crazy, and I'm good.
Well, I especially want to hear about the next happening in the city because
I'm trying to figure out who that
we have a special guest
trying to figure out
that hopes and plans to help us with situations like that.
Yes. We all seen on the news last night about the 50-year-old that got shot 10 times. Let's see, he got shot down. He got shot 10 times on the 6100 block of Argonne
It's
Street
15.
by a group of gunmen and shot at least 10 times. Now, 15 years old. The story is he went to Fells, but he was in Kensington that wasn't even in his neighborhood. So, that saying is,
So he left his neighborhood to go lose his life.
but come on, it's so many
Epilepsy
scenarios.
demands a
It's
dependable
like this.
routine. Yep.
All right, but you know, any young boy that go to another neighborhood was the reason. Far as fight wise, Could be anything.
Stupidity.
Yeah.
There is no reason. Now you got your parents, everybody all sad now because you wanted to be stupid.
But the crazy part, you go there and get shot 10 times.
Stupidity. There's no other word for it.
I'm not gonna go to nobody else's neighborhood
or house.
Need
somewhere else.
Nowadays, these young bulls, they like to pack hammers. Like, he just went up there on some bold stuff, and for what? Like, no, I'm not gonna lose my life just over something. I'm just gonna be the bigger man and just move on. But nowadays, these young bulls don't. Nowadays, these young bulls feel you disrespect them. They gotta be sitting here pulling out the guns and all that, and want to shoot you and all that. Not knowing the outcome of soon as they catch you, soon as the cops catch you, then you up there crying and pleading, man, I don't want to be here. I'm locked up. No, you knew the consequences of your actions as far as what you did.
Days that you have
yes, sir.
Put
so
Day and
I don't.
Chris on the same side of the table.
You don't feel bad, is what you're saying.
I don't feel bad for these young bulls because right now they wilding, they out of pocket, they out here robbing old people.
Conversation aspect of it.
Could be your grandma. Could be your grandma,
So
grandpa, mom, dad, anybody. Come on, y'all out here being reckless.
Gotta be intentional of talking.
Like not knowing the repercussions behind that. Not knowing how that person feel about their uncles and all that. Not knowing they might not want the cops involved. They gonna want to find that young boy themselves. Nowadays, this is what it's about. Young boys just don't understand. Back in the day when you used to fight, we used to shake hands after that and be best friends. Nowadays, right now, young bulls fight, they want to shoot. Oh, I'll be right back. As soon as they lose a fight, I'll be right back.
No filter.
You already know the outcome where he going to get. If he don't see you today, he definitely going to catch you. Oh, my bad. Also, they're going to catch you tomorrow. Also, we got a special guest who's going to elaborate on this. My peoples, James William, running for city councilman, 9th Ward. You already know. Chicka, chicka, chicka. He's in the building, y'all.
Thanks for having me. Again, right? Second time.
Yeah, second time.
Second time with the horse.
I know.
I've watched this evolution.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to this. Last time y'all
I told him introduce the guest.
That was him.
I mean? No, facts.
That was this man.
And you know, I ain't had no non-disclaimer paperwork or nothing with me before I got here. So it's,
So it's open season is what you're saying.
Look. Race I'm running and what I'm talking about, I'm gonna be taking bullets ever since once I get in.
He ready.
So let me tell y'all a little bit about Mr. James William Jr. He is the publisher of the 9th Ward District Uptown Standard newspaper.
Oh. Uptown Standard. I know what people are saying, 9th Ward, 9th District. No. We the Uptown Standard. Like, it's the 9th District what I'm running for. And I'm not trying to
No, by all means.
Right? The 9th District, what I'm running for is bigger than just, Uptown is bigger than the 9th District.
Right.
Because Uptown also has parts of that 8th District. You know what I'm saying? Like, Uptown is everything that you consider upper Northwest Philadelphia and upper North Philadelphia, right? So that's Alany, that's East Oak Lane, that's all of that.
All Uptown.
The 9th District includes Lawncrest, Lawndale. We not in there. You know what I mean? But it's the way things are getting spun already. You know, people think like, oh, he got a little heads up because he owns the biggest newspaper in the district.
Ho, stop.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop. Did you hear what he said? He owns the biggest newspaper in the district. But go ahead and do me a favor. Can you change here just a little bit?
My bad.
So that people can see you.
Yeah.
I mean, you talking to me, but I want the people to see,
My bad.
baby.
My
You know
bad.
the people got to see ya.
No, but right, look, all of my opponents,
Yo, I like this.
there's
I'm
4
loving
of us. They all from Uptown. They all running in the same race. So
Right.
I'm not saying they can't be in the Uptown Standard.
this. Right.
Y'all can come in, my baby. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about that, right? So it's not like I'm trying to hold some unfair advantage. You know what I mean? But, I think the media has been setting it a certain way. We lacked a lot of coverage, you know what I mean, that other people been getting. And I think that is because most consider me the media.
So listen to this. Listen, I don't care about none of that. You use what you got to get what you want to help us. Matter of fact, you know what? Tell us about you.
All right.
Tell us about you. I have some notes here.
Well, you go. I mean,
You
'cause
want
I cut you off. And it's
Okay.
only right. It's only right. My
That-
bad. I apologize.
Yeah, because
I
also
just had to fix that
our,
one part.
our managers, they do their due diligence to make sure we know a little bit,
Yeah.
and that we're educated. I just want to tell my guests about you also, and then you can touch on each one of these things as well. So you also been a track and field coach for 4 area universities. So that's universities in our area that you've been a track and field coach for.
Facts.
You also was named NCAA Women's Coach of the Year. Let's go, baby.
And this is Women's Month, right?
Second.
Yeah.
And this
Yes,
is
it is.
International Women's Month. You know?
Yes, sir.
And it's,
Hey, y'all hear him? Y'all hear him?
and that's important. You know what I'm saying?
And you're also running for office. What office is you running for?
9th District, City Council, 9th District. The seat now held by Anthony Phillips, formerly held by Sherelle Parker.
Now, if he is elected, Mr. Williams would like to help solve the city's gun violence epidemic by holding all gun shops accountable for implementing a public. Now, this is what I found very interesting. You would like to implement a public camera-based digital town watch, the same like they have in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
So you would like to put up cameras and have someone surveilling these cameras at all times. So
Nah.
if anything goes, okay.
Nah.
Help me
See,
out.
again, right? Like you see how they put it. You know what I mean? They make it look like I'm like the second coming of like a Frank Rizzo or somebody. Like, yo, this bull trying to crack everything down. No, listen, right? The camera program. We got something in Philly called the Safe Cam program, right? And the Safe Cam program basically says, I got a camera at my house, on my front, my window, my door, whatever, right? And I register it with the city of Philadelphia and the police department. So when something happens, the police can just ask for access to see the footage, right? So you know how when you look at no gun zones and all the different joints and they show you the footage, right?
Right.
We just want more of that. I don't want a city controlled sponsored type joint. Nah.
Okay.
We can allow the people to have the power. If you don't want to have a camera in front of your crib, that's cool. But if you do, we should make that available to you. We should make that available to businesses on commercial corridors, right? Here's the thing, right? Listen, there's less people being killed in the world today than it was being killed during the Roman time. More people was being killed back then.
Okay.
Right? So people always gonna kill. We know that. That's just Cain and Abel. It's from the very beginning. But we gotta do a better job of catching you.
Okay.
Right?
That's true.
We got to do a job of catching you because the catching people when they know they're going to get caught, that's when they think and pause. I'm like, nah, you know what? Nah, I ain't doing that. Right? That gets the bull who ain't got that dog in him.
Right.
They want to do that to back away and keep him from being that dog.
So you want to use this as a deterrent
Yeah.
before, not so much you did it, I got you, I see you. You want it to be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. There's cameras there.
There's cameras
there.
everywhere.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like here's my thing, man. I'm not looking to say, hey, let's do. Everybody else want to bring back stop and frisk. I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that. I think we can be smarter now because we have more technology.
Right.
Like we can be smarter at this. I don't think we go back to old ways of doing things that infringe on people's rights and people's ability to do stuff. I think we look at how do we be smarter. Atlantic City, y'all go there, right? You see how it's changing.
Right.
You can't commit a crime in Atlantic City. You're getting caught. You're getting caught because their mayor was smart. He said, you know what, I'm going to take this COVID money and I'm going to build a camera network. Now, that joint is not what I'm talking about because that one right there is city control. This one I'm talking about is the people have the power. And you can sign up for this program. But what I want to do is I want to give you a break on your taxes to get a camera.
Let's,
How about
yo,
that?
we
How
starting
about
off
it? You hear
good.
this, right?
You get what I'm
Let's
saying?
get it.
I want to say to businesses, look, if you can't afford a camera, we're going to raise the money for you. I'm a fundraiser. That's what I just left St. Joe's University, assistant director of fundraising for the business school. See, that's the stuff that's not on the bios.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've been a fundraiser. And you say institutional advancement on my political stuff, and people don't understand what that means. I'm a fundraiser. So I don't think we need to raise your taxes to do this stuff. I think, like, literally we can raise the money. Jobs want a safe city. companies want a safe city. What's the fastest growing population in Philadelphia?
I don't know.
People leaving Philadelphia. 25,000 left last year.
25,000.
25,000 because of crime,
Yep.
schools, right, and jobs. So my campaign is all about crime, schools, and jobs.
Elaborate on the mission of your campaign.
Crime, school, and jobs, right? Like,
That's the mission, basically, right?
right? It's very. I'm very simple with this, right? It takes a lot of political courage. I think it takes a lot of courage to say I can stand up and do this. I don't need a lot of donors and people from outside of here that want to come in here and influence. I don't need elites to put me in because y'all know me. Why? Because I've been out here.
Yes, sir.
I've been out here grinding. I've been out here doing this kind of work.
Right.
Before then, you've known me since we was little guys,
Exactly.
little guys.
We go way back.
Right? And always you see me start this kind of stuff, decades ago. I'm talking in the
When we
90s.
first started.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been out here, right? Like, so people know who I am. They know what I've been doing. People trust me. You know what I'm saying? And, so the grassroots movement of this is a movement. This is not like, hey, I'm just your regular. Dude, normally I'd have came in a suit, right? Nah. Because y'all don't know me as that guy. I'm regular. I throw the suit game on. You see, I throw the suit game on.
He definitely
I
put
throw
it
the
on.
suit game on. I'm a fundraiser.
And he's very good at it, for the record.
You know what I mean? I throw the suit game on. I'm a fundraiser, but I'm a fundraiser. So I do that. But this is about, what's that movie, Taken?
Yeah.
Right? When the bull take the little girl, right, the kidnapper, and he tells, listen, I'm going to use every tool that I've learned over these years, and I'm going to get you. Right? This race right here is taken. I've been a fundraiser. I've been institutional director, which in a school is like the vice president.
Right.
You on the level of the principal. I was the guy to make sure the money came in so y'all could come to the school. You know what I'm saying? We need to make more of that available, right? For a lot of schools, right? I want to see the public schools in Philadelphia be able to fundraise. See that game right there? Why we ain't doing that?
Right.
Oh, the state ain't giving us enough money. These people are holding us back. Yo, won't y'all just pass the bill? City council has the power, pass the bill, take it to mayor and say, listen, we want the school district to be able to raise money. Not the school district. Each school should be able to have an institutional advancement person. When I was at McDevitt, we was bringing in 1.2, 1.3 a year. You know what that could do to some of these public schools in Philadelphia? And they got way more alum. You know how much money? I think Central does raise money, but King, you know how much they could change around? You know what we could do with some of these schools if we literally just allow the alumni to come and give money back and help rebuild where they came from? But why don't we do that? That's crazy. We do dumb stuff. Like, that's just strangling the future. And we sitting around blaming it on some politicians in Harrisburg because we can't do this. No, we can't do this because we ain't got the, to make something like that happen.
So is it we don't got the balls, or we don't got the know-how, or we just don't know? Because what you're telling me now, I didn't know that was even possible. I didn't even know that we can help raise money for our schools. The school that my son go to, he doesn't even have, put it like this, he's in the 9th grade, and he's taking an 11th grade elective because there's not enough electives and things in the school for him to do.
Right.
11th grade elective. Now, he's going to this class like, Dad, I don't even understand none of this stuff. I'm not interested in it. Nothing's going on, and he's failing the class. So now that's messing with his grades because unfortunately, my son isn't the type that's, now if it's on his level, he's fine. But he's not the type to say, okay, this is 3 levels ahead of me. I don't have the motivation to do the extra work to stay caught up with all the 11th graders. He's in the class with 11th graders. He's in the 9th grade.
Yeah, and to play on that, I'm not saying that I was going to use the B word, balls, right, or any of that.
Well, I can say
balls.
balls.
We say it around the way, right?
I can say
right?
balls.
Right? No, I wasn't using that. I was literally, the political fortitude, the prowess.
Okay.
To say we can tackle big issues. And it's okay if people mad at us. It's okay. Because leaders accept that people are going to be mad at you. If you can't accept that people are going to be mad at you when you're a leader, you can't lead. I got one of the top hurdlers in the state because I was a coach track. Right. Still, to this day. I got one of the top high school hurdlers in the state. I just told him the day of practice, I'm not taking you to high school nationals. Why not, coach? Because you're a better 300 hurdler than you are a 100 hurdler. And we open up in South Carolina in the 400 hurdles in 3 weeks. So we're not going to go to Virginia Beach this weekend to run the high hurdles because I want you to focus on the long hurdles, not the short hurdles over this time. And he's like, but coach, some colleges, listen, man, they're going to go with you anyway. You one of the top guys around. Don't let them gas your head. We sitting this out because I don't think it's the best thing for you right now. Now, do you trust me on that? Yeah. You're not happy about it, are you? No. But you understand. You always got my back, coach. That's leadership.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's leadership.
Yeah.
I'm telling this boy, you can't go to high school nationals in your senior year. But it's all good, bro. Because when we get outdoors and I got you ready, like I'm going to have you ready without no setbacks, we're going to be even better. When we go to Columbia, South Carolina, you're going to run a PA. You're going to run a PA number 1 USA top 10. And you're going to get every college you want. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And how they say on the wire, the price of the brick just went up. Yep. When we dropped that time.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
You know what I'm saying? But that's leadership.
That's right.
So me personally, I think it's more powerful the fact that he didn't like it, and you said, "Coach," he said, "Coach, you always got my back." So he knew that. Listen, I want to go out there with all them girls right now. I want to go. I know what I used to.
You know what? You know
what it is already.
Yeah.
You know why he want to go, but he took the fact that I trust you. So you was able to build the confidence in this kid to trust you enough to say, "Hey, my life and my possible livelihood in the future is in your hands." And he's not upset about it, but he's not upset because it had nothing to do with track. It had to be with the area and what was going on. And he trusts you. That's a beautiful thing. Because he could always go to his parents and say whatever they're going to say, make a stink out of it, and try to do whatever. But the fact that he trusts you, that's a beautiful thing.
He wasn't telling him nothing wrong.
And I called his mom with him sitting right there.
Oh, snap.
And I talked to her. And she said, well, you know what, coach? You know what's best.
Wow. Let's get it.
But that's leadership, right? That comes from earning that. You just can't come and grab that and say that. You got to earn that over time, right? But leadership is making hard choices that people don't like, but at the end of the day, they know it's for the best. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say you can't be your kids' friends?
Yes.
Right? Because you give in too easy.
Yeah.
And you know what's best for them, even though they're not, right? We know
I mess that up all the time.
this crime and what's going on is not good. And we can't act like this is normal. Like, this is like, oh, well, you know.
Hold on. Let me interrupt you for 1 second. If there anybody that has any questions for Mr. James Williams, please call in at 484-215-0623. Yes, sir. Barry White. Once again, that's 484-215-0623. Yes, sir.
You already know.
So continue. I'm sorry.
Nah, I mean, I just wanted to make that point about that. But, we can do things, right, to slow the curve of this gun violence down. We know that 11,000 of the guns used in crime since like 2014, 2015, around that time, I think it's 2014, 11,000 of them came from 6 gun shops in Philly. Right? Understand this, right? We can do zoning laws. We can do things in nuisance bars. Mm-hmm. We don't have nuisance gun shops. We'll shut down a bar. We'll do zoning meetings and say, hey, you can't put a daycare there. You can't put a stop and go there because that's going to bring trouble. But we know 6 gun shops are responsible for 11,000 of the guns that's been used in shootings and crime in this city, and they still operate. How? We know they're not black owned. They be closed.
We know that.
Right? But, I mean, but that was a joke. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy.
Right. I agree. That
Let me give you another number. Let me give you another number to this crime, right? Because I think these are the root, right? Like, this is the root of 11,000 of the guns. And We don't know what the numbers is from this last year, how many came from them shops. Right. And I've had people say to me, oh, you can't say that. You can't call gun shops out. I'm like, listen, the ones I'm talking to know who I'm talking to.
Yes, sir. He ain't scared of y'all. What are you talking about?
Right? But here's the other one, right? Like, we have 115,000 kids in our school district. And 55,000 were chronically truant, which means they missed 10 or more days. Now, studies show that kids who are chronically truant from school are also more likely to get involved in criminal activity. So we know that if we look at the maps and see the schools that have the highest truancy, these are also the neighborhoods that have the highest amount of shootings.
Yep.
So we kind of got an idea of where that juvenile crime population is at. Why aren't we dealing with that?
So that actually was my next question. So I talked to my boss. Shout out to Joseph Sargio, owner and operator of Delco Construction Mall, 7315 Marshall Road. He believes that and you tell me how you feel, and is there anything that you could do or plan to do about what I'm about to say? He believes that the youth violence that's going on in the city can be controlled and fixed with a very simple act, which is, I'm not going to say it's simple because I don't know what it entails. Giving the youth more to do, opening up recreation centers instead of closing them, having more programs like it used to be in my day. Everywhere had a football, basketball, wrestling, swim team, something for them to do. Right. And now every year something is closing due to a lack of funds or whatever the case may be. The politicians see fit to close recreation centers and in school, those things to do after school. I was in the jazz band, the orchestra, the marching band, gymnastics, basketball. Those things are not available now. Like when my son was in the 8th grade, he literally had to catch a school bus from his school area to a whole other area where he didn't even know nobody just to join a wrestling team.
Yeah. I mean, we need way more. Like, first of all, like program-wise, nothing's really funded adequately, right? Like, we need more funding, right? But that's when you say, well, how do we do that? Right? We're already giving XYZ amount of money out into these nonviolence programs, into nonprofits. I think we need to look at the programs that exist and how do we expand the programs that are doing really, really good, right? And this can be done with public-private partnerships. Again, fundraising. Like, we got to actually be able to say, you know what, I'm going to get on the phone with Deloitte, big accounting firm in Philly. Hey, can y'all sponsor this? Because you go to New York City, and their rec centers got sponsors. They got stuff like the New York Armory where everybody from Philly go to run track. We hold our Philadelphia Public League Championship for indoor track in New York City.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, right? That's crazy. So we know that funding is so short, but how do we do that? Well, one, people ain't going to like this, but I'm going to say it because this is hard stuff. I want to put a $2 to $1 tax on every flight in and out of Philly to go to fund programs at the school. Tourism tax. Because if you want to see the Liberty Bell, you're going to fly to Philly anyway. They ain't got one nowhere else. You want to see Independence Hall, you got to come to Philly. They ain't got it anywhere else. Why we ain't taxing that up? We want to put taxes on you to get a soda, but leave the people alone flying in and out of our city. Like, that's crazy. They're not going to miss that $1 to $2. And if you're going back and forth to Miami all the time and you mad about dollars or $2, maybe you shouldn't be going back and forth to Miami all the time.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So is
see what I'm saying? These are hard solutions.
Right.
People ain't going to say, I want to raise a tax. I want to create a new tax. People ain't going around saying that. I'm saying it. And if you don't like what I'm saying, then you're not going to vote for me. But
I'm going to vote for you. Do I get a vote?
Where you live?
I know I don't give a vote. Yeah, I'm in the county.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think things like that we got to look at. Like, you know, when I was a college athlete, right? So I ran track. So I would go to, and I was a college coach. So even when I was at Cheney, I was a track coach at Cheney, we'd go to Edinburgh. And we walk into their stadium and says, thank you from the support of state representative so-and-so, state senator so-and-so. Because these guys make sure the grants are there, the money is there to build these buildings. But we also got to reach out to the local businesses. Like, it should be no need. I go into the New York Armory, which is an indoor facility for track and field. And they got like the LED board to go around like the Spectrum. Yeah. Not the Spectrum, it's called Wells Fargo now, whatever. Yeah. Like they got that going around, Citizen Bank, right? Somebody's gonna say, yo, how could he be a city councilman? He don't even know our stadiums. But that's not important right now. What's important is you see them signs, them things lit up going around them buildings, right inside the LED board. And then it says, New York University. Then the flashback. Apple Computers at a flashback. Macy's. They charging them because these kids, Dick's Sporting Good, Nike, because these kids is in there. You don't think Nike would put money into building a facility in Philly for our kids? Of course they would. You know how many sneakers they sell? Yeah. And if you say, well, listen, we're going to let the people in the city know that you don't support their kids, you're going to say, well, all right, they got the money. Why aren't we doing this? This is, I just think it's crazy. Like, I just think it's crazy. I'm a fundraiser. You know what I mean? I'm a businessman. We just leave money on the table. You don't ask, you ain't going to get it. So
let me ask you a question. You said, I'm not running for that, so I don't have to be politically correct. All right, let me start this one first. Do you think that with your ideas that you're going to meet much opposition?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay, I asked that question because I think it not probably, definitely will. Are you afraid that because of your ideas and your willingness to fight for change, that something more could become of it other than what you want?
Far as?
What, the taxes?
No, I'm trying to. Well, once again, I don't have to
just say it.
Correct. Do you think that because of your idealism that it can make other politicians afraid because you're going to actually start digging into their pocket and them not being able to make as much money and kick back off of things as they normally do? Do you think that your ideals will catch fire and somebody will say, hey, I want him out of here?
Probably.
Are you afraid of that? Have you thought about that? I see that wedding ring on your finger. I'm sure you've shared your ideas with your significant other, and if I'm thought of it, it had to have been a conversation.
So
previous of that conversation.
Here's what I'm saying, right? If you ain't going to try to make change and ruffle feathers to make change, why are you doing it?
Oh, you definitely going to ruffle feathers.
Why are you doing it?
Facts.
Why are you doing it?
The question is, are you making plans for safety? Are you even thinking about that at all?
Always.
Okay.
But think about this, right? We live in a city with 500 and some homicides, 564 homicides last year. So everybody thinks about that when you're walking out the street. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference in me thinking about that now with doing this or going to the corner store tonight?
But I'm not going to run up to the guy. I see that gun on his waist. He got that mask on. Hey, my man, are you going to try to rob me? Because I know you're trying to rob me. I'm not going to ruffle his feathers. I'm going to leave him alone.
He's going to rob you anyway.
I mean, we going the other way. You are on the L train, sitting in the front car, saying, I'm going there. You're not going to like me going there, but I'm going there.
Yeah.
Someone is not going to like this. I'm just saying. So our guy is not afraid to fight for us, as you can see. So look, you got to vote for our guy. Tell me about it.
I mean, that's the price you pay. I think anybody in leadership in public office, you wide open. Right now, do you make the hard decisions because you're scared because you're wide open, or not make the hard decisions? That's something different.
Well,
like me personally, I'm 48. I still think I'm a young guy, but I'm not. I'm 48. Chris know where I'm from. I grew up off of one of the hottest drug strips in the city.
Yep.
I grew up off of one of the hottest drug strips in the city. Every time we walked out the crib, you was either going to get thrown on the ground by the cops, harassed by the cops, stuck up, robbed. I've been pistol whipped 6 times when I was a kid, getting robbed. You know what I mean? I've been through it. We grew up in this. The 90s was just like this. The 90s was just like this on Sharpness Street.
That's when it started.
Yeah, Sharpness Street, Vernon Road, like where we from.
You said Sharpness.
Sharpness Street, Vernon Road, where we from. That's how it was.
Stop lying. That was, hold on, time out. Sharpneck Street?
Yeah.
we used to say, "Oh, you live up there, you got money. You'll never have to worry about nothing up there." I was from North Philly.
Looks is deceiving. Put it like that. Looks is deceiving.
So I'm wrong, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
I
like
am wrong. Oh my God.
look, yeah, like
The houses are so pretty.
Yeah, but
Got the tennis courts right there and everything.
do you think people came from the suburbs to cop in North Philly, or did they come down 309 and go right to Uptown?
What?
I thought y'all came down to cop in North Philly.
Huh?
Yeah, that's
Nah.
what they sell drugs in Uptown.
What?
Man.
I'm really not.
Put it like people,
I'm really not playing.
People say Mount Airy, all right, they sweet, they get money, they that.
Yeah, that's the pretty boys up there in
You
Mount
just
Airy.
don't know. You come into the neighborhood,
And you gotta. I mean, it's different now. It's different now. But in the 90s,
no.
Yeah.
Listen.
Way.
You couldn't even walk on Vernon Road.
you was either getting stopped by somebody or a cop.
Exactly.
That's what it was
Here I go.
Wow.
Stick
You know
up
what I mean?
boys used to be out
all the
on
time.
the early morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Say, put it like
Y'all
this.
got stuck
Say-
up in Uptown, is what you're telling me.
Look. Say if you was leaving your people's crib, they lived up Uptown. You was leaving their crib and you was going back Germantown. Don't leave no 1, 2 o'clock. If you do, make sure you have that on you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
yeah.
And
very
what
interesting.
has to be, it could be for the guys from that live around there that will rob you.
Live on the same block.
Believe that.
Live on the same block.
Yeah.
We know them stories.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, understand, like you grew up in an era like that. Like people who fought that. Like you don't think Michael Nutter was a target when he brought back Stop and Frisk?
I'm sure he
Huh?
was.
Nobody did
Right?
like that.
Nobody like that. But was he a target? Of course. You're an elected official. You're a target. You're a millionaire. You're a target. Who
But
they
see,
want?
hold on though. So you missing me. So I'm not. There's a difference in being a target from street ninjas, from people from the street. That's a whole other type of
Oh,
target.
you mean corporate,
I'm talking
like-
about your fellow politicians
I don't-
not
yeah,
liking
no.
the fact that them being able to grease their pockets certain ways and do things that you're going to shine light on the fact that, hey, we got to fix this up first. We got to
So-
do this. We got to do that. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about the
So,
hood.
I don't know. I don't. Honestly, right? I'm depressed too. Right? I've been
Right.
depressed, as you know.
Yes, sir.
Uptown.
Yes, sir.
Uptown Standard, right? I've been depressed for a while, and one of the things I've done is covered city council for a couple of years now, and I worked in city council. I don't think we got anybody in city council who's out there greasing their pockets.
Okay.
Being real, I don't. I don't think we got anybody who's corrupt in city council. I don't. I think
Okay.
they're all straight up dudes. You know what I mean? Even the guy I'm running against, he's a straight up dude. Like I don't think they corrupt. I don't think they crooked. I think they all trying to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their way of doing the right thing. Martin Luther King had his way. Malcolm X had his way. Marcus Garvey had his way. They was all different. You know what I'm saying? But they all had a way of doing their thing. John Lewis had a different way than J.C. Watts had. Harriet Tubman had a different way than Booker T. Washington had. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody has a different way, and it's going to be different opinions on how to get things done. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think, like, honestly, I think we got a lot of good city council people in council. I think all of them are pretty good. Like, honestly, like, I mean, I'm going to vote for myself because I think I'm just the best out of everybody who I'm running against. But I don't even think anybody I'm running against is that kind of person. Like, and I'll say this, right? They all get A pluses. I mean A's. They all get an A. They all get an A
So
on the
that's the
report
people
card.
you're running against.
Yeah, and people on city council. But
I'm
I'm
talking
just
about
saying,
people that's already there.
yeah, even them. I like. And city council, I can't really think of one person who I think is bad. And I can't think of somebody, you know, and people, some people, you know, the press and the media will come after people and say, oh, well, this person is indicted for this and that. I mean, you know, we had Bobby Heenan who got indicted, and I think, you know, that was definitely probably just due the way that, you know, the transcripts and everything came out and said what it was. But I think, you know, sometimes they just get attacked because they're black and making heavy moves. You know what I'm saying? And that happens, right? Like, that happens. So, no, I don't think it would be anything like that from any of them. I think they'd be like, yo, this dude, Bull from Uptown is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's he trying? Like, whoa, but you know what? I think a lot of them eventually be like,
He got some good ideas.
That's some good ideas. You know, sometimes, right, everybody needs that person who don't mind being the first Spartan. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody always got to be the one to break the mold. You know, we played football, right? If you played sports, when you played bull in the ring, somebody always like, I'll go first.
Let's go.
Right? But then everybody else stepped out and took their hits too. And your team got better. Right? And, you know, I think that's what it is. I just think everybody's different. And the more different personalities you have in the room creates a better pot. And it makes things move differently. Like, there's some things that they do that I might say, oh, I was against that. But you know what? You're right. Because I'm learning from you. That's the point of being able to sit in the chamber and debate and talk over the issues for the people. You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't really be about any of that bravado. It should be about we're doing the people's work. And I think everybody who's running is good. And I always say, like, I look at everybody as you good until you do something illegal or foul or something like that. But I think what we have in council, and honestly, we've seen a lot of good things come out of city council from guys like Isaiah Thomas and recently, and he's done some good stuff. And with the driving equity bill, like, you know how much courage it took to say that we're gonna make sure that they can't stop and frisk you no more about. We're gonna put it in the law. He did that. He did that. He's taking bullets for that politically. You know what I mean? It's gonna make his reelection harder. But if people who really look at what he did, like for me, for the first time in my life, I see a cop get behind me in Philly, I don't get nervous. Y'all know that feeling. But as soon as I cross Cheltenham Avenue and that Abington boy get behind me.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
But Isaiah took a lot of political courage to make that move. That was hard legislation. And I think, and some people are against it, but I think it made my life better. Now, people say, oh, well, you know, it allows people who are criminals to get away with stuff. They're going to do it anyway. We just got to do a better job of catching them.
Right.
But you can't make life unfair for everybody else because of them. You can't bring back stop and frisk just because of them and let everybody else be subject to something, because that brings trauma when you get pulled over by cops and then you don't trust cops. You don't want to work with the cops. You don't tell the cops when something go wrong, and we have a thing with black people against cops, but rightfully deserve. I mean, the United States had marshals and sheriffs until they freed the slaves, and then they had to get the police, because it came from the slave police. Policing was created to police black people in America, right? So that what he did to me, I felt like it took that pressure off of my shoulder. And I believe that took a lot of political courage. And a guy like that gets my vote.
Hey, I'm following your lead.
I know that.
You know what I mean?
I'm
And I
with
do
you.
follow him on Instagram too. He be doing some stuff.
Yeah, like
he do.
You know,
So,
like,
so speaking
hold on,
of that,
let me give you one more. Like Kenyatta Johnson, the stuff he's doing in South Philly, the moratorium so they can't redevelop the Black Doctors Road, because, you know, that's erasing most of our history. Because W.E. Du Bois' book about African Americans in Philadelphia was basically, the Philadelphia Negro was based in South Philly. So a lot of that history in Du Bois' books and stuff, talking about the evolution of that black culture down there that spread from the Methodist churches and stuff all the way up through the city, is there. And he was like, yo, y'all not going to destroy our history by making new townhomes, right? That's why they always come after the ball, because he do stuff that takes courage. Take courage. And like I said, see, so I'm saying there's a lot of them with courage. And we got a lot of smart people. I just think, like, my ideas deserve to be on the floor and voted on.
all righty. So listen, he spoke of your Instagram. Tell everybody how we can, first of all, tell everybody how we can get a paper. Tell everybody how we can reach and see you on any platform that you're on. And then tell everybody what you want them to know about you other than what we touched on already. If you would like to revisit something we touched on, by all means, do so.
So jawspack.com is the website for the campaign. You can find me online for my political campaign page, which is Jaws Pack, which stands for James Alvin Williams II Pack, right? You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, J.A. Williams Jr., my personal page. And Uptown Standard, of course, uptownstandard.com, Uptown Standard on Facebook, Uptown Standard on Instagram. If you're in the Uptown area, we're in every Sunoco, we're in Wawa's, we're in Acme's, we're in Brown's Markets, ShopRite, Fresh Grocer. We're in all the corner stores, basically, on Ogons Avenue, Washington Lane, Stanton Avenue, Wadsworth Avenue. We're all through here, Germantown Avenue, and we're expanding. So, like, yeah, you can really catch us anywhere uptown. You can check out the West Philly Journal. We put that out, too. That can be found all through West Philly. And we just partnered with the legend Shelly Shell and the people from incredible people from Urban Expressions to come up with their news magazine. So this is a new product that we just came out with, which really addresses some of the needs of the urban culture stuff that we wanted to explore that we weren't exploring in our newspapers. And Shelly is just doing a great job with her publication. It's not our publication; we're a publishing house, but. So it's a lot of good stuff. And May 16th, if you live in Longcrest, Oxford Circle, Lawndale, Alany, Fern Rock, Ogons, East Oak Lane, West Oak Lane, Cedar Brook, Mount Airy, Uptown, however you want to call it, May 16th for the 9th Councilmatic District, James Williams. That's the name on the ballot you want to hit if you want to see real change in. You want somebody who wants to make the changes that you feel we need too, who's going to stand up and fight for you.
Go ahead, get out here and vote. Vote for James Williams. You already know. Listen, this is a good man. I knew me and him go way back. Kids. Yeah. Youngins. Like, listen, I seen him come up from building the Uptown Standard to doing a whole lot. Him and R.I.P. the mayor. You know what I mean? Right. A great man. Family. Basically, this is family. Mayor family too. So get out here and vote for James Williams, and let's make a change, because he definitely gonna make a change out here.
We out?
Oh no, we ain't out yet.
We still going?
Oh, we still going.
You got more questions for me?
Oh yes, it ain't over.
Okay.
It ain't over. He thought he was out. He thought he was gonna escape.
No, I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't got nowhere to go, so it's all good.
Oh yeah.
Got nowhere to go.
Yeah, shoot, he on here.
All right. Lastly, I personally would like to know, like we spoke of, has this affected your home life? Because you're a very busy man. Yet between this and your political endeavors, has it affected your home life? Like, is things bad? Wifey, I miss you? Or like, what is going on as far, because, there's people watching, there's youngins watching you now. What if they say, hey, this is something I want to do? Would you advise them, hey, if you have a passion for it, come? Or would you say, hey, this is built, you got to be built for it? Like, what would be your opinion, being as though your home life and trying to juggle everything that you're doing along with your political career?
Well, one, right, my wife, Sheena, is
shout out to Sheena.
She's like, she gets it. Her uncle was a city councilman.
Okay.
Right, so she gets it. Her dad was a firefighter, so she gets the understanding of the service to the city, right? And we're business people. So we don't get up really and work 9 to 5 jobs. We own our own stuff, so that gives us a lot of freedom. You know what I'm saying? To do it and pursue this. It's definitely a great strain on our finances, because a lot of what we do is self-funded, because I haven't asked anybody really for money besides my homies. I'm not trying to be like an indentured political servant to people, because I took so much money from people. You know what I mean? Right. But no,
I need you to do this for me because I helped your campaign.
Yeah. I don't want them calls, because we're not taking them. Okay. I'm not taking them. Even if you give me money, I'm not. That's not how we play. Okay. You invest in a better future. You're not investing in the ability to get stuff done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I think, like, I say this to young guys and young women, and like, I'm trying to, like, be correct here, right? Because, like, you got to say it all the right way, right? To individuals who are looking to settle down and to do things, right? And I say this, right? If no one should be scared of a partner who want to be successful. And no one should think their partner trying to be successful was a hindrance to their relationship. It should be looked at as an improvement and as an upgrade to your relationship, right? Like, we don't look at this move as like, this is a move that hurts what we do in our time. We're going to find our time. You know, we go out to dinner a couple of nights a week. You know, I tuck my wife in every night to bed. Every night, unless I'm not in town or she's out of town. Every night I tuck her in.
Oh, man, you know what that means? Somebody gonna be like, baby, you gonna tuck me in tonight? No, we ain't tucking nobody in.
No,
That's
look,
him.
look.
He do that.
No, that's important, right? Because, like, you know, I want to make sure my job is to care for her. So, like, just like I want to make sure when she goes to bed and then I go back and do my work. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to me just to have that connection. We make sure that we go out to eat or eat at home together. Like, we break bread together 60% of the week. You know what I mean? We're busy. We're both busy, but we make sure we do that. We spend that time. You know, we've been fortunate. We have a place in AC, so we go down there at least 2 times to 3 times a month on the weekend. You know what I mean? We spend our time, right? Because what are you doing all this for if you ain't sharing it? Like, what are you doing it for if you ain't sharing it, right? Like, I think marriage has made me more focused. Marriage has made me more determined. You know what I mean? Because, like, I feel a greater responsibility. Her mom, her family, they're my responsibility now. I'm the male.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I look at that. But look, I'm a total, and I'm not ashamed to say it, right? Because it's so hard to say this now, but I'm a total alpha male. And I don't say that like, oh, I'm an alpha male. People like, I'm an alpha. No. I provide. You know what I mean? I've got kids who I've coached who call me on Father's Day, and they still call me before they. I got kids who ran track for me who are millionaires in this city, and they still call me like, yo, coach, what do you think about this?
Oh, wow.
That's earned. That's earned. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say the names, but I can write, you know what I mean? You'd be like, whoa, he ran for you? Oh, yeah. It's earned. You know what I'm saying? They still call me before they make that decision. They still call me before they settle down. Hey, I want you to meet my new girlfriend. I want to see what you think. Or coach, my female athletes, I want you to see my new boyfriend or my so-and-so. I want to get your opinion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you earn that title of an alpha male. That ability to take care, because that's what it came from, right? The alpha is the leader of the pack, right? That's what it really means, right? A lion pride, right? That's what it means, you know. So I think all this is so important part of being in a relationship and showing your partner that when you're doing things to be successful or you are successful, right? Boom. And look at it this way, right? If you got to, you know, y'all hustling right now, what y'all doing, right? And y'all out here working. And y'all building something.
Right.
And I've watched y'all do this. You know what I'm saying? I watched y'all do this. And I say this to the women out there, you know, the women, the young ladies, the old ladies, women, whoever looking to settle down with a male, right? Or even someone who's not a biological male or whatever, however you consider that person you want in your life like that. It's very important to realize that if somebody is trying to make a better life for you and to help life get better for you and everybody else in the family, right, that they're going to be busy. They're going to be busy. My wife gets that. She gets that I'm going to get done with here with you guys, and then I'm going to go to another meeting or an event because this is what I got to do. But you always make sure you set that time aside. Small things. We'll go do breakfast. We'll probably do breakfast together tomorrow. You know, and when we're away, we make sure we eat every meal together. Breakfast, lunch, so. I like her to go and eat and spend time with her mom and them, and she'll go eat dinner with her mom and them. And that's important to me too. You know what I mean? That she keeps that family, and it doesn't bother me because I'm out busy, and she gets that, and she respects that. You know, but and I'm tight with her family, but I think this is just important that, you know, people in relationships and looking to get in a relationship and they say, hey, we want all these great things. All these great things come with a lot of work. Mm-hmm. It all comes with a lot of work, right? And if you want those things, the person who you want to give you those things, they working. And they working hard to provide that. And you might be doing the same thing to bring it back. And I love that too, because my wife brings just as much to the table as I do. You know what I mean? You know, and that's important. You know what I mean? Because it's times that I struggled getting things going. You know, when we started the newspaper, I remember my wife saying to me, like, oh, really? Like, you just going to throw our money out the window like that? All right, you and Mayor, go for it. Go for it.
Right,
Now she's sitting there, and I bring it up at the Uppity Awards every year, right? That, yo, she called this a hobby.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
It
But-
wasn't no hobby.
It wasn't a hobby, but that was her way of saying, nah, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I love that. I love it.
Right, I like
Yeah.
it.
So listen, man, I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us. I'm telling you, I'm looking you in your eyes now. So that means a lot to me. Please shake my hand. I
Of course,
appreciate you.
Of course.
A lot.
Of course.
You know, we're not the biggest podcast yet. I plan to be at some point. That's what we're working for. And I would like to personally, if you haven't got your ticket, personally,
I got it.
You got it. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
So we
Tell them the date. Tell them the date.
it is the 19th of next month.
April.
Yes.
19.
Let them know.
19th.
Yo, put that on them Google calendars.
Yes.
Lock
yes.
that in. Y'all don't want to miss that. I'm telling you,
Second annual.
they've been doing it. I've been watching them. I've been
This
watching the
is
hustle.
our second annual event. We will be doing it every year. And just for the record, I like to tell you, you're getting a full meal.
Second year anniversary.
So we've been
podcast.
arguing about, is it called full course meal or 4-course meal? I don't know. We just gonna call it a full meal. You getting a starch, a
Yup.
vegetable, a meat,
You know.
a dessert,
Yup.
and a drink, along with entertainment.
Oh, we also
And
gonna
every
be
week,
live, right?
and I didn't get there yet, bro. But hold on. You ready? Set. Do it again. You ready?
It's on the floor. Read it
No,
off the
say it
floor.
again. We starting over. We just rewinded it. Start over.
Oh,
Thank you. And we're going to be live.
direct
Live.
on the floor.
You will be part of our audience.
Yes.
You will be there. We'll be
Yes.
taping live.
Celebrating with us.
We'll have the backdrops for you. So we have food by not just desserts. Her food is so her desserts is the ish. But she's not just desserts. So her food, I'm hoping she has some chicken up in there somewhere. We'll talk about that later.
Manager back there, you know what I want. What's my favorite dish, manager? You already know. I ain't gonna say no more.
Hey, and some
Yes,
no
sir.
name to put. Are we getting out? Hold on. Let's do it for you. Ready?
Curry, chicken, and rice.
Focus.
That's right. Thank you.
Hold on. She's back
Curry,
there.
chicken, and rice.
Look, she's
Yes.
back there doing this right now. Focus. And it's going to be decorated by. Hold on, I gotta say it slow because it's a tongue twister to me. Beyond expectation
Beyond
events. They will be decorating the whole building. I'm very excited about
Yes.
this, yo. Yes, sir.
Can I add something to this?
Yes, by all means.
And it's going to be covered. So make sure you get in the paper. Uptown Standard
Yes,
covering
sir.
it. Urban
You heard it
Expressions
first.
Newsmag covering it. West
let's
Philly Journal
go.
Let's go,
covering
y'all.
it. So
Let's go.
y'all can't miss it. Get in the paper.
Yes. Definitely.
Get seen in
Yes,
our
sir.
society page on that issue.
Yeah.
We're
Yes.
definitely going to do that.
You heard
Definitely.
it first.
What? And speaking of beyond expectation, this month's raffle, $5 ticket.
$5.
You know what season is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Prime season.
Yes.
It's warm. We doing block parties. We doing all this stuff. You have an opportunity to win a digital treat package.
Say it again.
A digital treat package. That
What?
means that you give the theme of your party. She will design a theme of your choice, meaning like say it's what is it called? Divorce party or something like that. You will have chip bags, drinks, whatever it is. She will design it, and all you have to do is get it printed out. You don't got to
What?
design it. You don't got to pay nobody to design it. Nothing. And if you don't want that, you can get a banner or something made along them lines.
What?
For $5.
What?
Yes, $5. Get your ticket.
Yes.
Your raffle ticket is only $5. And we will be talking about that on Tuesday. Twisted Tuesday.
Twisted Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will announce the winner on Twisted Tuesday. Now, we don't have to read all the businesses because you can see them. Just look at the bottom of the screen.
Look at the bottom of the screen.
You will see everything. Hold on, let me try it. I don't know if I'm in the right spot.
Did he get it? Let's make a noise.
It's right here.
Did he get it? Make a
It's
noise.
right here
You
somewhere.
got it.
All right.
I did it. Yes.
Woo.
Also, lastly, I would like to give a shout out to House of Glory
House of Glory.
Events. Is it above my head? Can I point to it?
No, it's not there.
It's not there? Okay. House of
damn
Glory
it.
Events. We have the best engineers in the world. As you can see, our studio is
Yes.
beautiful. Top notch, everything.
House of Glory.
And I want to give a shout out to the angel in my ear, to the pastor. Thank you very
Shout
much.
out to everybody.
Anything I need, he got it. Sir, would you like to give a shout out to anybody before we go?
My wife Sheena, my campaign team, Uptown Standard team.
Uptown Stand Up!
You know, it's so many people working to do what we do. So many people. The machine, the army is bigger than me. The team is bigger than me. So shout out to everybody, Uptown Standard. Shout out to everybody, Jaws Pack, working to get me in office. You know, it's just so many people on the team. I could be naming names and like y'all think
List too long.
Yeah. You think it's an award show, but they all deserve to get mentioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so many good people. man.
Shout out
Did
to
you
the
write your
whole
speech
team.
already?
Which one?
When you get elected, is the speech already done? Or are you still working on it?
Nah. Freestyle. I'm off the top.
Okay, just for the record, I love English, and that's like my favorite subject. And I would love to, brainstorm with you if you need, if needed. Just know
No.
that's my favorite.
I take that. Right. I'm kind of one of those speeches. People when I speech is kind of like my speeches is kind of like it's just there.
Oh,
I write a lot of stuff, and I memorize them in clips
Matter
like
of
a
fact,
rapper. You
you're-
know what I'm saying?
you're a news
Jay-Z.
editor. Like,
He's the Jay-Z of this game, y'all.
why am I? You're a news editor. Like,
Yeah.
yo. So you know what we do at the end of our show?
Ready?
Do you know? You remember? Woo! Our show. You don't remember? All right, give him. Okay, we're gonna give you an example. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
You know Ric Flair.
Oh.
You know, you already know. Come on.
So you gotta help us with that. You ready? We out of here, y'all. 1, 2, 3. Woo!